Am I live again? What happened? It literally just kicked me out. You know what? I can't. I was literally just doing good. I was doing good and had all those chats, had all that stuff, and we're back. And it kicked me out. I'm so. Oh my god! It literally didn't like it literally kicked me out. Hey, 6 William. Can you hear me? Can anybody hear me? Anybody that's here? I don't know why this. It literally kicked me out. Like it just like my phone just said nope, we're done. And and it literally happened the second I sat down. I literally just sat down. Stuff, Chris. Literally, I sat down. Okay, it literally sat down, and for some reason, like I was able to view my live as a stream, like if I was watching someone else's stream. And the second I sat down, it was just like, nope, we're done. Thanks for welcoming me back. I'm not gonna move. I'm not gonna move from here. If this just works, y'all are just gonna see Fear Factor, and then occasionally I'll flip it back to my face. But I like I don't know what happened. I don't know if y'all could hear me if it just went black. Like I don't know what happened there. Like if it was just I don't know technology. Technology. Looks like we're back. Yeah. Okay. I I hope this works. I really really do because I know y'all really liked. I know y'all really wanted to see the stream today, and I was trying to make it happen. I hope this works. But for those who are here, welcome back. I'm sorry I lost all the chat conversation. The whole conversation was gone. I was trying to look back at it. I think that was what was happening. Like I was trying to look back at the chat and like scroll back. I looped the last 3 seconds over and over and over. Like it's not like my phone isn't hot. Like it's not like it's overheating. I don't know because sometimes if it overheats it'll crash. But I don't know. Regardless, we have a nice bench, nice weather outside. There's nothing interesting behind me. It's just like a hedge. And if you look, Dr. Oddfellow used to live right back there. And Bugs also used to live back there. And House of a Thousand Corpses. Not everybody. All the Men in Black folks. So we got a little bit of HHN view. A little bit. A little bit of some house locations. I would love to go back to 2019. I would love to go back to 2019. What thing from 2019, if you put in the chat, what thing from 2019 would you want to go back to? Like a house or a zone or a show? Let me know. Because I know a lot of people were singing the praises of 2019. So there was a thing from 2019 you could go back to right now. What would it be? For me, I think the best thing that came out of 2019 was that Marathon of Mayhem show. If I'm being honest with you, not saying the houses were bad at all, but that Marathon of Mayhem show was just elite. Graveyard Games, opening night, Depths of Fear. Okay. I'm gonna give y'all a little. I'm gonna give y'all a little not sneak peek, the little thing, because I talk about Depths of Fear in an upcoming video about houses that I think need sequels. I think Depths of Fear needs another chance. I think it got like I don't know. I just think there were some things that it was kind of a miss. But I think if they were to go back and do another Depths of Fear, like expand that world out, I think that would be one that I would go to. I think that would be one I would be interested in at least. Depths of Fear, really good with Flawed. Yeah, I think like the story concept and like the lore behind it, really cool concept, but like execution maybe not the best. I hope Nightmare Fuel comes back, please. I like Nightmare Fuel. I know a lot of people don't. Flipping back to Nightmare Fuel or Fear Factor. I know a lot of people don't like Nightmare Fuel. I think it's maybe tired. I see. Okay, if I know Chris, you've been to Hollywood or you went to Hollywood last year. Imagine, or anybody who's been to Hollywood in the chat, Purge like a Purge themed Nightmare Fuel. Like if they mix that show, like the kind of the theming and the story of that show with the Nightmare Fuel pyrotechnics and acrobatics and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I know it's like an off, like it's not universal, right? Because it's like kind of a third party and like the Fuel Girls and stuff. So I don't know if they have a complete say of like what the stories are, or if it has to be originals. But just imagine with me for a second. Graveyard Games, yeah. Depths of Fear felt like one of those rail shooter arcade games. Yeah, it does give me like. I know a lot of people say like, kind of get like the, I won't say like Fallout or like Bioshock. A lot of people like make those comparisons about a lot of houses, but that one I kind of felt like, I know that's not exactly what you're talking about, but like kind of the vibe. I get it. It did feel like a video game. Hey, Chemo Dog, sorry. We had to come back because it was too hot to handle. We're in front of Nightmare Fuel. And the phone just started giving issues left and right. We love the Dangerous Waters Purge show. Yeah, it looks so much fun. Like, and it like Waterworld's a great show. So like getting to see a Horror Nights version of that. Obviously they had Slaughter World, but I thought Vanity Ball was so good. Okay, so the idea of like no good zones. I don't know. I think like I mean I think it might have been the beginning of the trend that I know a lot of people get kind of bothered with like the photo op zones. Like I know they had them before, but like an arcade is essentially a video. Like that is like a videographer's like dream. Like it's just so aesthetically pleasing, and you see so much great video and photo come out of like an arcade, for example, and Vanity Ball too. Like Vanity Ball had such interesting like lighting. I don't know. Call me crazy, but do you think we'll see Chucky again this year? See, I would like them to give Chucky a do over. I'm gonna be on face for this because I'm very a strong supporter of the Chucky as a character, but Chucky at HHN, like I liked that house. I thought it was fun. Was it the best? No, but I would like them to do like a soundstage Chucky house, or even a tent Chucky house. Like give us like something bigger, something a little less restricted. I think that was one of the big issues of that Chucky house. And yeah, give us something a little bigger with Chucky, but I don't think they'll do that. Like I don't think they're gonna do Chucky anytime soon. I don't know. Could be surprised. Could be surprised because they do kind of like own Chucky. It's funny how all the Chucky merch always ends up going back into like the Chucky shirt. For those who remember the Chucky shirt last year, was like it had Chucky coming out of the Jack in the Box on the front. It said "Friend to the End" on the back. They had that for Horror Nights. That then became a like they sell that now just in the 5 and Dime store. So if you wanted to get that and you missed out on Horror Nights, like it's literally that. Hollywood Chucky was good. Yeah, exactly. I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous of Hollywood Chucky. Can you imagine them doing Chucky into Return Peacock Bar? Yeah, yeah. I would love for them to bring back the photo op, the one that they had back in 2018 for the Scare Zone. Not the photo op, the puppet. That's what I meant to say. But do it like that. I don't know how I feel about them putting suits on people. I feel like we're kind of past that, past those days. There's a few messages up here that I know they've been coming through. Symphony House, like a parody of Barbie. I think that would be fun. I don't know how much it would carry though. I feel like you'd have like honestly like Tiffany as a standalone character. I don't know how successful that would be, but I mean I'd be down. I love Chucky and I love the whole Chucky series. Um, Damn 69 Summer Blood was amazing. I really like that zone. I honestly, it's come around. It might be my favorite from last year. Jungle of Doom was so well designed and the characters were so great, but it was just such a tight. Like I mean, it's always what the thing is with Central Park zones, right? Like you saw walking through, like that's not a very big area, but it's especially like with actors and sets. But I do think Vamp it had a fun vibe this year or last year. I keep saying this year, but Vamp was fun. I enjoyed it. No, it's not everybody's cup of tea, but needed more sets. That's how I feel about it. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's exactly how I feel. Is like the sets needed to be a little more there. I feel like all the scare zones are kind of lacking that, and I think it needed a big stage moment. Like get Oddfellow, Erlo Wolf on the stage, have him say, "It's feeding time" or something crazy, and then everybody goes out and gets crazy. You know. Let's go back to the shot. Team Shipyard 32. 6 million, you are the biggest defender of that scare zone I've ever seen, and I commend you for that. I'm going to leave it right there. Okay, Colby brings up this. I know you had another comment, Colby, way back, but right here, the possibility of Nightmare on Elm Street in a Quiet Place. Let's talk about that. Let's get into the rumor stuff because we've been chilling here. We've been getting warmed up after the crash on the second night. So what do I think about those two? I think Nightmare on Elm Street would be big. I think it would be one of the big ones this year, if it were to happen. I think it could be interesting. I think there are a lot of interesting elements to that. That could they go? I would personally, I kind of would be interested in them doing like a kind of what they did with Texas Chainsaw Massacre, where you're getting a lot of the scenes and imagery from the first film because that's like the one. It's 40th anniversary, right? But then also throw in a little bit from the other ones, like a couple of the iconic scenes. But I don't think you need a whole like series retrospective. I don't think it's that. Like I don't think you need it. I think you could do it, but I don't think you need it. Um, but A Quiet Place. So how would they do A Quiet Place? This is exactly what the opposite of what I wanted for. So I'm going to take a step back. When Universal Monsters was announced, and they said the Invisible Man is coming, I imagined this room. It was a blackout room, or maybe it was a room with like a set. There was nothing there, but it was all audio triggers. And there was no scare actor there. Maybe there was a few, like maybe a drop door, maybe a few, like maybe some air or something, but not like no actual physical actor. And I think that would have been so great for that character. And that's one. Welcome back, Harry. That's one that I think you can do the opposite of that with A Quiet Place. Like you have this like you have no sound versus like all sound. I think they did Sight with Dead Exposure, where they really played with like your disorientation. How would they do it with A Quiet Place? Very interesting. Personally, if you're asking me which one like out of the three I would want, I'm talking Elm Street, Quiet Place, and Ghostbusters. I'm gonna say Quiet Place just because that could be such a hit or miss. I think that could be such a hit or miss. If they do it right, I think it could work. But if they don't, I don't know. Um, 6 million, I absolutely agree with what you're saying. Like, I worry that it's just going to become like, oh, it's just the Freddy house. When it's like you have the potential to really just tell the story of the original film that is such a classic, and there's enough to pull from. Um, NES game. Yeah, like I think pulling from like all kinds of places, like pull from maybe some little bit from like Dream Warriors, the later films, maybe I don't know. I'm not the big. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not the biggest Freddy fan. I'm not. It's just not my slasher. I know a lot of people love Freddy and love that character. It's great. Robert Englund and Wes Craven brought that character to life. But um, I don't know. It's just not my thing personally. But I think that it could be. I think it could be fun. I think a lot of people would want it. I mean, just giving what? How many? 9 years since Freddy versus Jason. 9 years. That's such a long time for a house. Um, because I don't know what you put in the chat because it gave me a mysterious little emoji. A Quiet Place seems to be such a fresh pick, but I don't buy it. Yeah, I feel like okay, and this is just gonna be me, and this might be me saying this, and I'm not gonna be I'm not dogging on Hornets or anything. Not a Freddy fan. I like Freddy, but I don't love Freddy. I think that's my biggest thing. That's my biggest opinion. Also, going back to Colby says like about the HR Blood and Guts Scarecrow sequel. Why they never done Silence of the Lambs? I don't know. I want to say there's always been the kind of a rumor of Silence of the Lambs coming, and I think it's a rights issue. It's a lot of the things we could do. Rights. It's all rights issues. Um, I prefer Jason. I see. I love Michael Myers, and they've done him to death. So I don't want Michael Myers to come back. I think he's done. I think you need to retire him. I know 6 billion have some pretty strong opinions on Michael Myers, and I like Michael Myers and Chucky. So I mean, we've just seen them recently, and Leatherface. So like, I mean, we just kind of seen all those characters. So it's time to give Jason. Oh, okay, they're running over here. I don't know what's happening back there. Um, Going back to Quiet Place, there's a difference between interesting quiet and actual quiet in the live soundstage. Yeah, like that's the thing is it's just so hard because even with like the people, like right, if you have people like screaming and carrying on, it's gonna be hard to create a house if the whole thing is being quiet, and that's it. What's up, Curtis? Um, Halloween 3, yes, please. I would love Halloween 3. I know they were close. I know y'all were close, especially Hollywood. Man, y'all almost had it, and then it just never worked out. But Freddy and not the bear. Listen, you know, sometimes it's a Freddy for a Freddy, But flipping back to Fear Factor. We need the bear. Winnie the Pooh. Yes, please do win. No, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if I'd like that very much. But Hellraiser, that would be a good one. I think Hellraiser would be a good one. Green CP, where are you? So I'm actually at Universal right now. I'm in the back, so I kind of sat here because it's quiet, but also kind of does pretend Horror Nights. So this is the Fear Factor where they have Nightmare Fuel, and then right here is where they've had all kinds of stuff. Oddfellow was last year. Bugs was the year before. Men in Black tent's right behind there. Men in Black the ride is right there. Yep, right there over the hedge. So I'm sitting back here because the parade is about to happen. So I'm not watching the parade. I'm talking to y'all, which I'd rather be doing because parade's fun. But I love talking to y'all. And then also thank y'all for being on here. Thank y'all for being on the stream. It really does. It really does mean a lot. 14 of you on here, which is I don't usually have that many people on the stream, so maybe I should do more streams like this. Going back, I think tickets are going to release the 20th to the 23rd because they have in the past, and that would make sense. And some merch, yeah, I know you're saying merch too. I mean that makes sense. That's usually what they've done in the past few years, at least releasing dates. I don't know about tickets and dates usually come, but like dates at least just to let us know. So like for people like that are trying to book hotels, book trips, to know when to take off for the opening weekend. I mean, my prediction is going to be the last weekend of August, like August 30th to September 2nd, because that's when the Friday is. I don't think they'll push it back. Whoa. Lots of stuff going on here. Scary Tales. Losh, I think you're onto something. Bring Scary Tales back. Scary Tales, but it's Berry Tales. No, you can't do that. Knott's already has a claim on that. But, you know what I'm saying? You kind of get my vibe here. My dream house would be What's New Scooby-Doo. Yes. I think that would be a lot of fun. Doing a full Scooby-Doo house. Yeah, I think we could vibe with that. Waiting on multi-night tickets can't buy till June, July. Usually probably closer to July and August, if I'm being honest with you. Although last year they did release quite early. It was like the middle of July. Oh. Is it going to be new